Life in Nicaragua is wonderful. The pace is fantastic. There's a thing called Nika time, which means you have no idea when someone's going to show up. And at first, it takes a second to get adjusted to, but after a while, you start to enjoy the pace, and you find a peace here that's far more calming than you do in the States.
I think the country in general it's a very wild, adventurous, active country. You can really feel life here. You know, life doesn't pass you by. Like, you experience all the highs, you experience all the lows, and for me that was very captivating.
Foundation of Mana, long before programs, long before teaching, long before child sponsorship, is the relationships we have with the people, because we believe that from the relationships we can actually teach them. We have a program, let's say math. Kids aren't going to come because they just love math. They're going to come because they know who we are, because they've seen us in the community, because they've met us, because we played soccer with them. They want to know us. They want to know what we have to teach them.
You know, when we went into the community, you know, they don't have great access to health care. Their literacy, you know, among adults is very low. Most of the kids don't pass 6th grade, and then what we saw and that we realized we could connect with was more of the human development aspect of it. That our volunteers could provide a support and an encouragement and a human touch.
Our PDs are our program directors, and they're volunteers, mostly recent college graduates who come down to one of our 2 international sites, either in Managua or in Quito, to work for a 13-month commitment running MANA programs.
The schedule that we've kind of put together is a mixture of a lot of different programs. We have math, we have literacy, we have English classes every night, we have creative arts, which consists of music or piñata making or singing or dancing. La Chudeca is the city dump that was started back in the 1970s and has since become a community where people live and where people work. So gradually people started moving into the trash, literally, and living on top of it or next to it, and it was their job. It was a skill that they had. They could look through trash, they could find things that people would want to buy. You walk in and you're overwhelmed. Both by the smell and by the sight, as well as the kids that you see walking around. And you realize that you're looking at a generation that's now going to be raised their entire life in La Chudeca. We have a child sponsorship program in La Chudeca and also an English class there. People who can speak English in this country have job offers that otherwise they wouldn't get. It's just plain and simple as that. And so we've had a program that's been in place for 4 years now, 4.5 years, and it's an English program. And the kids now are practically fluent.
When I was in high school, I wanted to learn more English, so because of them, I decided to go to university to study English.
Our tagline is community serving communities, and we really believe that is where change happens, is between people. That people change people. It's not programs, it's not money. You know, it's people that change us. And so among our community of volunteers and then among the community that we focus on, this change that happens within each of those communities and then the serving that happens between them.
And people love them because they are friends with the community. They know the people in the community.
Our idea is simply to be able to facilitate and to encourage both communities to mobilize them and to give them the resources they need in order to serve each other. And that's something that has been really neat as MANA Project has grown, is just seeing that it isn't simply Americans going down and serving, you know, those in the developing world. The communities we focus on give so much back to our volunteers as well, and it changes their lives just as much as it changes the communities we work with.